new bishop of the Portland Roman Catholic Diocese was installed today. The Mass of ordination and installation of the Most Reverend James Thomas Ruggieri as the 13th Bishop of Portland took place this afternoon at the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception on Congress Street in Portland. Ruggieri is replacing Bishop Robert Dealey, who is retiring. Dealey had led the Portland Diocese for the last 10 years. Ruggieri was named the Bishop of Portland in February by Pope Francis. He is a Rhode Island native and alumnus of Providence College and Barrington Schools. Bishop Ruggieri was ordained a priest in 1995 in the Cathedral of Saints Peter and Paul.